in the Anambra Simpeto about the plan of Anambra State Government to give some parcel of land, maybe from Banago or from Newich, okay, for Fulani headers to do their business here. They are saying, no, if they want a land, they should go and buy a land. The government should not give them a free land for them to do what they, to do personal, that is private businesses. Okay, and the fear is that if Okachukwu comes aboard, being an APC member, he will give this land, even, a bigger land to Fulani. Is that true, Kinsey?
Maybe like hundreds of hectares.
You never can tell.
We possibly could do that. Yes. Well, the issue is, we are just trying to see how we can resolve these farmer header clashes. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his wisdom and leadership capabilities and capacity, you understand, he has seen that fine, the best way to regulate and find a lasting solution is this ranching, you understand me? And the governors in their wisdom, because we all know, like the normal open grazing, if the headers are moving from farm to farm with their cattle, some of the cattle, they go into this bush and start eating like the crops. And maybe the owner might now come and start confronting the headers, and before clash will then start, the headers may bring out their machete or their guns and harm the one of the farm. So we are trying to avoid such a thing in the nearest future and to find a lasting solution to the problem. So the best way to resolve this, the governors and Mr. President in their wisdom have felt that the best way to find a lasting and final solution to this is for state governments to donate lands.
Free lands?
Yes, free lands. After all, we have millions, almost the whole of Ihiala, yes, empty. So if they can donate the land to these people, it's true. Just last week I went to Ihiala, almost everywhere is empty in Ihiala. So if we can donate like some acres of, at least, we're using one stone to kill like 3 birds.
You are saying that Ihiala should pack out from the flood?
No, I'm not saying that exactly, but they have enough land, Mr. Tundon.
No, we are seeing the agenda of APC.
Okay, so that's the agenda of APC.
We are seeing the agenda of APC now.
In Anambra State, for example, Ihiala has a large expanse of land that is not even used for anything. You understand me? So if we can give, because we're using one stone to kill like 3 birds. One, the economy of Anambra State will increase, and we the Igbos, we like funeral, yeah. Just a burial, you may kill like 4 cows. So cow is more closer to you, and it will be cheaper. You understand? And just like Soludo is clamoring for a cleaner and greener Anambra State, like all those feces that the cattle will be dropping while moving around, at least it's going to be regulated now.
Okay, so you are applauding Soludo for agreeing to give a land.
Yes, because we're trying to find a solution to the end of these senseless killings. People are dying in their numbers.
I thought you said Soludo is unwise in
No. You cannot throw away the baby with the bathwater in all cases. In this case, you understand, he shows wisdom. He's a professor and he thinks well. So in this case, what he did is a right step in the right direction, is a healthy development. We are trying to curb and avoid these killings.
So if Soludo is taking the right step in the right direction, that means he should be returned.
No, not
to continue to take the right step.
No, as a member in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic management team, yes, he's giving wonderful decisions. Yes, you understand. So part of this, you understand. But coming to Agwoka is something different. But
do you think Soludo is qualified to be in that team?
Of Mr. President, of course, he's a former central bank governor. He's a professor of economics. He has the capacity.
So if he has a capacity, don't you think he has the capacity to continue for the next 4 years?
He has capacity at the federal level, but we cannot trust such capacity at the state level, because if you see most of his initiatives and policies in Anambra, it's just so confusing. We cannot even place it here.
Okay, in the Anambra and specifically in the Ihiala, Keme is proposing that your lands, that you have lots of lands that are wilding and wasting away, that Ndi Ihiala should give land to the Fulani for them to be able to, bring their cattle. Okay, Ihiala wears back cattle. That's the proposition. That's the proposition of Keme. Okay, so I just want to ask you before I go to Mazi, is that what Nicholas Okachu is coming to do?
No, I'm not a spokesperson, but it's all APC-led federal government and state government, so we'll work in synergy. You understand me?
Okay, yes. So if Nicholas comes, the whole of Ihiala will be given to Fulani.
By the grace of God, yes.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Well, it's on record that Edikeme is saying that that under Nicholas, Ihiala will be for Fulani and cows. I don't know. Okay, let me come to Mazi Fedema now. Our governor is already planning to give this land. We don't know any part of the state yet, but his commissioner Lawmaker insisted that the governor will fall in line when every other state starts. Okay, but Anambra is saying you can't give Ndibani north. They pay for whatever business they do, the space given to them. So why should we come here and give Anani to these people? Okay, and they won't pay for it, and the government will provide it free for them. Okay, they are kicking already. But then, what exactly is Soludo doing with regards to this, planned or plan to give access to the Fulanis?
Well, let me first thank my dear brother Ejikeme for the compliments on the governor. It shows he's coming to terms with reality.
It's a statement.
Yes, I'm also applauding for that. Anambra is known for we place good governance above any personal interest, and finally he has come to terms with that.
Okay.
Then on what about the ranching of a thing? I've known Governor Soludo to be a leader that is proactive. He knows what is best for his people. And don't forget, in what Dr. Lomefo said, there's an exemption clause in it.
Okay.
When other states start giving, he quoted it. So it is not as if the governor of Anambra State has made that decision already, to give out our lands to.
So Soludo cannot make a decision.
No.
Waiting until.
Wait. I think why that statement was made was to give hope that the government of Anambra State is also supporting the federal government agenda, like my brother said.
Is it right?
And before such a decision would take, it has to be looked at holistically. It has to be looked at holistically. The one he's talking about, Ihiala, lives are going on in Ihiala. Business activities are going on in Ihiala. Maybe it depends on the particular place he's talking about. You talked about giving land from Nnewich. I come from Nnewich, so I don't know any part of Nnewich where we have empty lands.
Even
one in Bizedal, go there, you see that there are structures there. There are structures there. So I don't. Maybe if we are talking about that type of land in question, maybe Anambra North, towards the airport side where government still.
But are you in support of giving free land to private business owners?
If the government of the day has looked at it holistically and said this will be.
I want you to look at it as Mazi Fedema.
Okay, if you ask me on that,
I'm asking you already.
I will support every agenda of the government of Anambra State. If Soludo, no, hold on, Afam. If Soludo gives that land for ranching, I believe there are other ways, other benefits, other incentives of them occupying that land that will be coming to government. There will be regulations.
Okay.
Definitely. It will not just be a free ride. It will not just to say these people are giving this land for free. They should just take it. I know that government will find a way, to regulate whatever activities that are there. It's just like government giving out an open space for people to come and do this. They don't just come there to do things. Even in parks, there are small stipends that are being paid to the government of the day by, making use of that. So to me, I wouldn't believe it is a holistic giving out free land. No, I don't want to believe it until we see what has come out of it at the later on.
Okay, well, Ejikeme thinks otherwise. That indeed Ihiala should pack out.